Hi, it's Amber with today's Take a Breather Tech Minute. Today we're going to talk about Google Keep, which is a little known tool that is a wonderful way to organize information. And in this Learn from Home model, sometimes organization can be your very best friend. So let's take a look. First, you're going to go to the waffle and look for Keep. If you don't see Keep, you can simply go to keep.google.com. This is my personal Keep, but I'm going to take us to a different one so I can show you the tools that are within it. So this is the Keep account on iTech, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what it is. Keep is a great way for making checklists, taking quick notes, and also putting images and bookmarks in an easy way. So the first thing that you'll notice at the top is that there's a place to just start writing a note. So I'm going to go ahead and imagine that I'm making a to-do list for today. And I want to go ahead and put a note down here, but I really wish I had checkboxes. Now for those out there that are checklist makers, I feel ya. It's nice to check off something at the end of the day. So I'm going to click Show Checkboxes. And what you'll notice as you start adding items, you just click to the next box and enter them. So one of the things that I love the most about this tool is how versatile it is, because you'll notice as I hover over these items in the checklist, I can actually reorder them. So one of the things that I sometimes like for students to do is make a list of things, maybe something that we're studying, or it could be an activity where I have them list important events of the story and then I have them drag them in order, because you can click and drag the items into order. One of the things that I sometimes have students do is, as they're working on projects, make a list of all the things that have to be done in order to complete a project, and then drag and drop them in the order that you need to complete them. That way it's much easier to differentiate between those things that have priority and those things that can be lower on the list. Some of the other tools available to you when you are doing a list is, you'll notice there's a change color palette. So a lot of times we color code things. Certain colors mean certain things. So that's a great way to kind of differentiate content as well. The other tool that's available to you are labels. And you'll notice on the left I have a couple labels here, A-Team and Resources, but maybe I want to make a label for to-do lists. So I'm going to make a task list label. And what that does is it puts this little task list tag here, but it also puts it on the left side. So as I am creating things, you'll notice this is my main page. So as your notes fill up, you're going to have lots of these little boxes on your page. So at any time, if you want to minimize what you're seeing, you can actually click on one of these tags and it basically removes everything that doesn't have that tag. So if I want to see all my A-Team notes, I click on A-Team. If I want to see all my resources, if I want to see all my task lists. And anytime I click back on the top, I'm going to get them all. So tags are a way to quickly find what you need. You also can add multiple tags to an item. The other option, besides just making a checklist or taking a note, is also the ability to add a drawing. If you're on a touch board, this is much more helpful because you can actually use your touch screen or a stylus, but they're also backgrounds like squares, dots, or rules. So if you needed to have a certain kind of paper, and then when you save that, you can add a title and add your note to it, and then that becomes a note in your document as well. The last thing you can do is add a note with an image. Now, the way we use this a lot is if we have a picture of something and we want to make sure that we remember a particular thing about it. So this is from our Project Empower meeting here. So I'm going to put this little screenshot that I took during our Google Meet session, and I can actually put my title here. And, you know, this is our Project Empower session. And after I do that, if I want to say more about it, I can keep adding notes. If I want to add a project and power tag, whatever it is. But you'll notice that when I open it, I always get to see that image with whatever note that I've created. So it's a great way to keep a variety of note types in one place. This is a tool I definitely have students learn how to use, because there are some that need to frequently take notes or have things, a checklist to check off, or have a place where they can store their research. So the last thing that I'm going to show you about this tool is that there is an extension for Google Keep. I'm actually going to pull down this window so you can see my extensions. So if I go on a page that's really important to me that I want to make sure I keep, I know that this Planning for Learn from Home document is really important and I want to bookmark it. I like using Keep for bookmarks because it also lets me explain why I'm bookmarking it. So you'll notice here at the top, I have my Keep extension. So I'm going to click Save to Keep. Notice it puts the link, it puts the title of the page, but it also allows you to take a note. So these are my LFH resources. I'm going to say this has important information about tools for Learn from Home. And as soon as I mark that in Google Keep, it's going to add it to my tools. So you'll see here I've got the link and I've got an explanation. Sometimes when I go to my bookmarks and I just see a big list, sometimes I have things I have no idea why I bookmark them. So this allows me to quickly use the extension to bookmark something, but also explain what it is I'm bookmarking or why I'm bookmarking it. So Google Keep is a great way to keep yourself organized. So take some time, explore Google Keep for you, and maybe it's something that at some point you want to introduce your students to so they can be more organized as well. Because when you're organized, it gives you time to take a breather.